Hello all. Today I will be going through our ML final project, which is titled as COVID-19 prediction. And our team members are Onkar Kulkarni, Chaitanya Krishisagar, and me. The agenda of our project is to predict the number of death, number of record cases, and confirmed cases. Let's move on to the next slide. Uh, guys, like COVID-19 is an infectious disease that affects our respiratory systems. It is highly contagious and it is spreading very easily and sustainably between people. Guys, like the whole world is under lockdown, and also schools, universities, and colleges have been closed across 190 countries, which is affecting approximately 73.5% of the world student population. This is the problem we are working on. Moving to the next slide, importance of our project. Importance of projects is like, we are using machine learning tools and data analytics tools in accelerating our solution so that it minimizes the impacts of virus in conjunction. And also forecasting infection rates will help our health officials to better plan for resources and responses, so the government could take precautions and preventive measures to stop this contagious virus. The data sets which we imported is from Kaggle. The data is available from 22nd January 2020. The column description is as follows. Main file in the data set is COVID-19 underscore data.csv, and you can go through all the column description details, such as the serial number. We are represented as SONO, observation date, and date of the observation is in month, date, year format, and also province, state. You can go through all this data in the data set. Moving on to the next slide. This is a continuation of the data set, and also the links we have provided, like where we have included the data, like such as India. We got it from Kaggle dataset India. Moving on to the next slide, which is machine learning model. The model which we used is called as Prophet. Prophet is a procedure for forecasting time series data. It is based on the additive model where non-linear trends are fit with yearly, weekly, and daily seasonality plus holiday effects. Facebook Prophet make users of three components, such as trend, seasonality, and holidays. Facebook Prophet is accurate and fast because it is used in many applications across Facebook for producing reliable forecast for planning and goal setting, and also it is fully automatic. That is, it get a reasonable forecast on messy data with no manual effort. Prophet is robust for outliers, missing data, and dramatic changes. This is what I wanted to speak, and the next slide will be continued by Chaitanya Krishisagar.
Hi, so my name is Chaitanya and I'm going to explain the part of APIs used for this project. So basically we are using 3-4 APIs. So first of them is the Pandas API, which we are using for creating the data frames and inserting all the data and going through the data, traversing through the data. We are using Pandas for that. The second we are using is a Plotly library, which we are going to use for holding the data in the world map. And third one, most importantly, the API is Prophet API, which is created by Facebook. And this API takes the values such as dates and also the dates in future and their corresponding values, and it predicts the values for the dates which are in the future, or from whatever date we want it to predict the future. So we are using basically these three APIs, and we have here functions for Prophet like fit data. So it basically fits the data frame which we have given to it, and then we have make future data frame, and it takes the arguments as periods. So let's say if you want to predict data 4 days from today, So we will add here periods as 4. So from the day which uh, from the day which we want, we can add those days in the data frame, and the number of days which we want after this day, we will add those in the number of periods. So this is basically the make future data frame. And then we have finally the predict function, which does the actual task of predicting the data for given dates. So next I'm going to explain the code we made using JU Python notebook. So let me share the screen just a minute. So as you can see here, we have this all code written in the pandas notebook. And so firstly, we are importing all our import statements like import by country, which is used for which has the mappings of the country names and their corresponding ISO values. Because we want to plot a world map, we are using pie country. So let's run this first. So we imported everything, and then further we have functions like get days till today. So till today, whatever days are there from the past to which we have data, say I have data till yesterday, so I will get value 1 as get days till today. And then the second function is read data, where we are reading all our data. And basically what we are doing here is we are creating a pandas data frame, and we are inserting data as observation dates and number of cases to the ds and y values. So ds is the actual dates for which you want to predict, and y is the value which is the value of the prediction. Like in our case, the confirmed dates, confirmed cases of COVID-19 throughout the world, or number of deaths, or number of recovered cases, like that. The third is a train model. So basically, we are just calling the predict function of the Prophet API and fitting the data and these things in the train model. Then we are taking the country map. So here basically we are mapping the country and their ISO codes. And then there is another function known as add country. So if you give your all data, it just adds ISO code as column and adds its corresponding value to the main data frame. So that is the function of this function. And then we have the function of get top countries. So in the further part of code, what we are doing is we are predicting the top 5 countries which are going to be which we are going to have most confirmed cases of COVID-19. And then plot map, we are just plotting the map, and then plot countries. So just a minute, let us run this code. Let me run this code. So here we have the map of whole world containing the values of confirmed cases and deaths and recovery, like that. And after that, we have here results as number of confirmed cases. So as you can see here, we have here number of cases, number of confirmed cases for today, 14th May, as something around above 4 lakh, 4 million. to 5 million in between. So might be around 4.444 or 4.5. It is in the middle way. So so as per our predictions, for today we have 4.5 million around cases. So let's check on Google whether it is showing correctly or not. So, so let me share the window. So as you can see here, we have here COVID cases worldwide. So when I press enter, we have around here 4.44 million cases. As we have predicted, it is more or less same only. So we have quite accurate results because of this API. And then further, we are going to predict the number of deaths. Number of deaths are also nearly same as predicted. And then we have recovered cases in the world. And after all these things, we are just predicting top 5 countries in the world which are having most cases of COVID-19 infected people. And just before this, we are mapping all the values of the confirmed cases of top 5 countries in the world map, so that when we hover over that country, we can get the total count of confirmed deaths, recovered, and its code. So as you can see here, we have here USA confirmed cases and Russia confirmed cases, and here I think Spain and Great Britain. These all countries we have for confirmed COVID-19 cases. Okay. So basically we are doing project in two parts. First part is predicting for the total world, predicting COVID-19 cases for total world, and second part is from that those predictions we are taking out the top 5 countries we are which the API is predicting to be most having most confirmed cases. Okay, so further part will be explained by Omkar. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Omkar and I will be explaining in details what those results say and its effect on our day-to-day life. As we can see, the results follow an exponential graph. Every day, the cases will be greater than the previous day. Here are some snippets from the data. These are worldwide confirmed cases. These are worldwide recovered cases, and these are worldwide death cases. As in any type of the cases, we see an exponential growth in the number of cases. This is because every day the virus, a person infected with one person infected with the virus comes in contact with more than one person, and thereby we have an exponential growth. Here are all the countries that are affected by the virus. As you can see, highest country is the United States of America, and it's shown in bright yellow color. As the countries with less number of corona cases are shown by darker blue colors. Here is a snippet of top 10 countries. Here we can clearly see that the USA follows an exponential growth in the number of corona cases observed. Now let us try to understand what those curves mean and what exactly an exponential growth is. As we have found out from our algorithm, the number of confirmed cases each day tend to be between 1.15 and 1.25 times the number of cases on the previous day. Now let us assume ND is the number of cases given on one day. E is the average number of people that are infected every day, and P is the probability of each exposure yielding into an effective case. Then the number of cases on the next day will be given by E into P into ND. This is the number of cases added every day. Now, let us try to calculate the number of cases that we will observe on the very next day. On the very next day, we will have the number of cases on the previous day plus the addition, that is the number of new cases that we might add. So the delta n, that is increase in the number of cases, is given by E into P plus 1. As this is E into P will be anything and 1 plus E into P will be always greater than 1, this trend follows an exponential graph. So we converted our exponential data into logarithmic scale and tried to plot it into a linear regression. For the initial time period, we observed that the number of corona cases tend to be multiplied by 10 for every 16 days. As we progressed further, the number of days it took to multiply by 10 reduced every time significantly. With this, we came to realize that the curve was a logistic curve. If the number of new cases each day is proportional to the number of existing cases, and soon enough, if the curve is gonna flatten, then we say that the curve is a logistic curve. Now, please pay attention to the 1 plus EP factor here. This is the reason why we see exponential growth. Also, here the important point is the inflation point. Inflation point is where the curve starts to flatten. So let me explain more about growth and inflation point. So growth factor is the ratio between the successive changes, that is the ratio between today and yesterday or today and tomorrow. If the growth factor is equal to 1, then we see that we have hit the inflation point. After that, the growth factor tends to reduce or it tends to be less than 1 and we see a decline in the number of cases. But if the growth factor is greater than 1, then the growth is exponential growth. So what are the conclusions? The first conclusion is the COVID-19 is following an exponential trend. So inflation point is what we are looking for. With the given data, inflation point of the spread is not seen in the near future. Given that all precautionary measures are taken, we can expect the COVID-19 to reach inflation point within 1 or 2 months. Unless we produce cure for the coronavirus, the best way to prevent the spread is to maintain hygiene and social distancing as much as possible. Thank you.